Hello and welcome to Too Fast, Too Forever. There's all kinds of family. We chose this one. This is episode 426, Life in the Fast Lane number 56. I'm Joey Lewandowski.
I'm Joe, too.
Joe, we've got a super overpacked, overstuffed episode here, so let's kick things off right away with the Tokyo Drift minute number 22. And I don't know how to do the audio because this starts with a copyrighted song and ends with a copyrighted song. Maybe I'll just put the audio in the middle. I don't know. We're going to get flagged by Spotify and YouTube if we do it otherwise.
Yeah, I just guess you just have to cut the songs out, but sure.
Here's a little bit of dialogue from the middle of minute 22.
At least let me drive. Y'all better have some real cars around here.
Okay, I see somebody got jokes, huh? All right. I don't know if you're ready for them, though. You look a little nervous.
What up, Toes?
So in minute 22 of Tokyo Drift, Sean and Twinkie wait for the whole car to fully leave the parking garage rotator. Is there a better name for that than parking garage rotator?
It has a name, but now that you fucked me up. I don't know,
That's like a Fire S Titles version of that thing.
It absolutely... You should maybe just title this minute Parking Garage Rotator. What is it actually called? Like a automated parking garage? Would that make it? Would it be? I don't know. Wow, you stumped me good, dude.
Parking garage rotator.
Parking garage rotator. Okay.
Sean takes the keys and drives the two of them to a different parking garage. Twinkie greets Toshi at the new garage, who lets them in. Twinkie looks over at Sean, who stares in awe as he takes in his surroundings. Guys and girls, all dressed to impress, stand in small circles talking to one another. Others stand near their cars, hoods open, showing off their tech. Twinkie tosses Sean a box of tissues as the minute ends. And Joe, I said this to you on Facebook. This is the minute that we've been like, all of Tokyo Drift is going to be like this. And it hasn't been. And it's been kind of slow. But here it's like we went straight from music scene to other music scene and extras and cars and things and colors
it's a lot
and
of things.
Sounds.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
It's fun. This is what we think of when we think of how iconic this movie is just like a lot of color and movement and cars and things. So
almost all of the dialogue in this scene is added in via ADR, additional dialogue recording, which tells me that they needed connective tissue between, like, okay, so we have the car with the whole car. Sean's like, let me drive. Then all of a sudden we're like pulling into another garage and they're like, oh, nobody knows where we are, what we're doing, why we're here. Let's have them talk about, quote, okay, I see someone got jokes, huh? Well, all right. I don't know if you're ready for them, though. You look a little nervous. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But I did have a suspicion, and I'm glad that I looked into it, which I will explain next. But Joe, what did you notice? What did you find? What did you discover in minute 22 of Tokyo Drift?
I got a couple of the first couple cars that we saw. I want to be sure of what we're getting. And they actually don't have like a lot of the cars labeled on Car Movie Database. So I matched two that I was very, very confident in. There's a bunch more that we'll get as we go, but we hadn't seen them yet, and I just didn't want to put them in the wrong minute. The other things I got were like all the signs for the parking garage, and the most interesting thing that I saw was, I'm taking a good guess, an educated guess here, but it looks like the parking garage was advertising 200 yen for 30 minutes of parking, which is like $2 a half an hour.
That feels like the whole like New York thing where it's like first half hour is $4, then all of a sudden you're there for 2 hours. It's like, how was that $45?
That's what I was also saying. But Japan's a little bit more straightforward about stuff like that. It was just an interesting thought, like at that time. Like to me, knowing like you as well, people that have gone into New York City and had to park, and like you just said, you're there for 2 hours and you're like, how was that $55? $4 for an hour isn't too bad. If you came out and it was $8, you'd be like, okay, cool, right?
I have probably said this. It's not really a story because I feel like I've said everything car related on the show at one point or another. But I remember one time years ago, I was in like some Midwest. I don't know if it was Chicago. I don't think it was Chicago because I think it was more of like a smaller scale city. But they were like, parking here is really expensive. And I was like, oh, it's $8 for the day. It's just like you don't understand. Yeah. But they're like, it's so much. It's like I'm sorry. I'm like, guys, what? No, it's fine. Like, can I pay for other people's parking? Like, this is so cheap.
Yes, I know. This is like when we went to like Iowa and we would like buy beers, and we'd be like, oh, we got these, and they'd be like, what? And we're like, beers are $9 in New York. Like,
Well,
a
when we
$3
parked in
beer
Cincinnati,
is
remember
fine.
the Cincinnati parking lots were like $3 all day. It's just like,
Yes,
man, we paid
exactly.
$7. We got ripped off or whatever because we thought that was a good deal. But
Yeah, by the way, we were in Cleveland, not Cincinnati, so good job.
oh my god, I got Joe Burrow on the brain, man. Turf toe.
Turf toe himself, yeah.
Okay, so in this minute we have My Life Be Like Ooh Ah continues and then ends, and the Tokyo Drift, the titular Tokyo Drift by the Teriyaki Boys begins in this minute, which you did not hear because we don't want to get yelled at. There's also one really funny girl who, not funny as in she's funny, but I sent you the screenshot of this girl who, when they pull into the parking garage, is just staring at the camera, and then instead of turning and walking away...
Well, she's center frame. She's center frame of this shot. And she knows it. She knows it.
She's hot, and she knows it, and she is staring at the camera and slowly walking backwards out of frame. It's just like, I am going to milk every single second of this shot.
Yes. This shot also is a reminder... I told the story a bajillion times that I wound up in Tokyo because I watched Tokyo Drift, and at some point when we were there, maybe like a month and a half into it, we were like, let's watch Tokyo Drift. Mm-hmm. And we got specifically to this scene, and we were like, oh my god, these girls are not even close to like nearly the average hotness of what we see in Shibuya Crossing every day. Like, we were like, these are like the C team, Joey. I remember watching this being like, look at all these babes in this movie, and then we like went there and we were like, no, these are
really okay.
Yeah, like the babes that just like exist in the street are way better than this.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's the first thing I think of when I watch this scene.
So I had a hunch that when Sean and Twinkie pull into the parking garage, Twinkie says, "What's up, Tosh?" and the guy smiles and lets him in. I'm like, this guy is probably somebody. Because we know later in the movie, you got the fishermen, they're like drift experts, and I'm like, who is this guy? And I Google, and like nothing immediately really shows. But like buried within, like the first thing that comes up is his IMDb, and you go to his IMDb, it's just like, he's in Tokyo Drift, he's Toshi in Underground Garage. I'm like, okay. And there's like his Instagram or whatever. But then somewhere there is a page for Stage 10 Productions.
Okay.
And so I go to this page, and it's his profile page. And, like, this is just this guy's company. So he's the president of this company called Stage 10 Productions, which was founded in 2005. He started his career at Apex Integration.
Which is a Pexi that's on all the cars.
What?
The sticker that's, like, on every one of these cars in Fast and the Furious is that, yes.
So there is a link on that page that says he founded that in his living room. Like, this guy is the founder of that company.
Which makes a ton of sense. Yeah.
So he also moved to D1 Grand Prix Professional Drift Association. There's also links on his profile to him as an automotive enthusiast. He's got a personal 1999 R34 Skyline GTR V-Spec.
Amazing. I need to check this out. I'm clicking that link. Thank you.
But I was also like, who is this guy? So he was also the technical advisor on Tokyo Drift.
Is his car the Mona Lisa? It might be. This might be like his. He might have like had the hero car for the Mona Lisa, and they just put a wrap on it because it looks like it. But okay, go ahead.
So he assisted Justin Lin on this movie with all aspects of vehicle performance characteristics. This is like straight up from his website. Techniques and movie subculture information. He helped with script, stunt, sequence design, technical maneuvers, vehicle performance consulting, and PR activities. And then he stuck around at least through pre-production of the next movie for Fast and Furious, where he reviewed the script for technical accuracy, consulted on movie scenes, assisted in developing stunt and race sequences. There's a couple other things on his list that he went on to like have a couple jobs. His website's not been updated in a decade. The guy's probably just like sitting on a pile of money or something.
He's living his fucking dream. That's awesome. Good for him.
But I was like, I bet this guy is somebody, and he is. I mean, he's not like... It's not like he's the guy who, like...
The Drift King,
like, last name Ferrari or whatever, but he's, like, a guy who, like,
He's in this scene, for sure. That's really cool. Good spot.
Cool. So that's the guy. And I think it's very hard, and it's kind of bullshit, but in honor of him, I think the trivia question could or should be...
I think this question's excellent. I love it.
I love it. At the first drift race, Moshi, Roshi, Toshi, or Yoshi? Toshi. Is there another... I don't know if Roshi's a name, but, like, is there another name that you want to do instead of these? But, like, it's all, like, the same. Like, it's really unfair. But is there another name you want to use? Because Yoshi is Yoshi. Moshi is a thing. Is there a fourth letter?
No. I like it. I think your answers are good, too.
Okay.
Because Mochi kind of sounds like mochi. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But that's a fair question though, because like if you come on, think about it, like
What's up, Tosh?
So Toshi would make sense. Yoshi would make sense, like as even a Japanese name. But
Yeah,
like
Roshi's not really a name, and Moshi is probably, so you're like between Toshi and Yoshi. I think you would maybe process of elimination down to Toshi, but also please make note of this, listeners, and in a couple of years when we take the quiz and we're like, oh, it's definitely Moshi, or it's definitely Yoshi. No doubt about it. Be like, you idiots. Like you said on that episode, you were going to get Toshi process of elimination.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So minute 22, parking garage rotator. What is the name of the gate guard at the first drift race? Toshi.
Great question.
Anything else in this minute? Anything else that caught your attention?
No, I'm excited to get to like the next, the interesting cars the next episode.
Cool. Then let us go to Run the Vin. And I want to say Vin's been sort of active, but I don't know that he actually has been. I think we have 6 Vins to run.
Okay, I'm down.
I screenshotted one just in
This
case
one's AI edited. This picture is AI.
Well, I also think it just might be like from 2009.
But he like that's like super smooth. You know what I mean? Like he polished it for sure. But okay. Beyond
so we have here from September 5th, liked by friend of the show Melissa Lynham, for all of those who helped to bring the next chapter back home, ... we appreciate you. And it's a picture of him as Dom in the Toretto garage t-shirt, or the pullover, like the button-up shirt.
The shop shirt, yeah.
And just sort of looking over the back railing, probably at 1327.
That looks like the back railing of 1327. But yes.
Yeah.
Like the
yeah,
back porch.
I mean. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
He's like looking down onto where the table would be, essentially.
Jordana Brewster says, where it belongs. Ludacris says, let's fucking go.
Okay, so they're working on...
They believe that he has done something.
Okay.
That's one.
Okay.
Next one, him post-workout, sitting on a bench, sweaty, exhaling, stay focused, ... Jordana Brewster says, unstoppable.
They're like best buds right now, right? It seems like it. Mm-hmm. They were just hanging out together not too long ago either. He's super sweaty. Means
Judith, who I think we've looked at her profile before, just says, looking good.
He still has to kick out that he's getting swole again too. So okay, so we're doing okay. Come on, Vin, we're all back on this train.
I believe this next one's a video, but let's see. Nope, it's not. It's a slideshow.
Okay.
Here's to the timeless relationships that transcend the screen. ...
Relationships that transcend the screen is a placeholder for now. Just relationships that transcend the screen.
Let's put this guy right here, just in case.
Yeah, because that's fucking good. Okay.
Happy birthday to one of my favorite brothers in the world. One of my favorite brothers in the world is also pretty good.
Especially because he's talking about Ludacris, and we know what he's saying, but it also almost sounds like a slur.
Yes. You bring people together effortlessly like a beacon in the storm. ... Love you, brother. Thanks for making this world a better place. ... And then Ludacris comments and says, grateful to call you my brother. Salute emoji, prayer hands emoji, love.
Makes sense. Love.
So there's a picture of them at, this looks like a music festival or something, or maybe like a race.
It looks like a music festival. It looks like it could be a race. It could be a golf. Who knows? But it's a sporting event that they're in like a press box, something. Yeah.
Yeah, they're away from the riffraff.
Yeah, they're looking down into riffraff.
Same event, them with somebody who looks like an aged Zac Efron.
It looks like Tom Cruise, to be honest, dude.
It also kind of looks like Tom Cruise. It looks like somebody...
But it's from the back. You're getting like the back quarter of their face, so yeah.
Then we got different event, Vin in a white button-up shirt, Ludacris in a jacket with a big rose on it, in black and white photo.
Yeah, he loves black and white. We know that.
Oh, it is
Tom Cruise. Told you. Yeah, I thought
Back to the first event. It's Ludacris, Tom Cruise. So is Tom Cruise just like an aged Zac Efron?
I think that's probably the most appropriate way to describe Zac Efron anyways, right? Or both of them. They are kind of the same guy. Like, Zac Efron just didn't do action movies, right?
Vin
like,
looking
not
swole here.
Yeah, but that's like not recent, right?
I don't know, man. When is this from?
We don't know. That's the whole point. That's the beauty of it.
This is from the second event because Ludacris is in that rose jacket and he's in a white shirt. They're just.
I like that he didn't put them. I like
something.
that he just put them in different. He just whatever. Fuck it, order. I love it. But okay.
Do you expect anything more? Or
No,
less?
no, I don't. But it's beautiful that he did it.
Then it's them and Drake.
Interesting choice of photo in today's world, but sure.
Different setting altogether. This is like in some kind of like bar and nightclub or something. Vin looking very pleased. Ludacris looking very serious. Drake looking like Drake.
Yeah, for sure.
Then back to the second scene from behind.
Back to
now.
the second scene. Yeah, them
Ludacris
again.
turning to laugh. Vin looking ahead and clapping.
Yes.
Everyone's looking to the right. Something's happening to the right. Vin not looking that way.
No, he's just cheering the stage.
Still in the second scene. Oh, this is Ludacris
Oh,
getting
okay.
The star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Them and
That's
LL
cool.
J.
There you go. Ladies love Cool James.
So Ludacris in a jacket with pants that all has roses everywhere.
Yeah.
Then just a set shot of Ludacris. A
John
candid,
Cena.
Like, this is not like a picture that like I think Ludacris would ever be happy having out there. Like, he's not posing. He's not looking at the camera.
No.
He's just in frame.
Yeah.
Then we're back to the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Back to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Okay, cool. Back to LL Cool J. Yep, that works. Okay. Yeah.
And then the last picture is again Hollywood Walk of Fame. Vin and Ludacris hugging. Vin face, Ludacris back of head.
Beautiful.
Happy birthday to my brother. Here is a picture of the back of your head.
Yes.
So happy birthday to Ludacris. This was posted 6 days ago. This
This
was
is actually kind of
on...
genuine. It seems sweet, right? This is like...
Is his birthday 9/11?
Is it?
He posted this on 9/11.
Yep.
Born September
Yep.
11th. When he
Yep.
turned 24, man, that's a rough birthday.
Yeah, I'll remember that. Imagine you're like, okay, I'm gonna go pick up my dry cleaning. I'm gonna get ready for this party tonight, and everybody's like, we're not going anywhere. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Vin did not post a Never Forget. He just posted a birthday tribute to his brother, Ludacris. Okay, so this is edited. So I did screenshot this one. Just because I thought there's a lot of text here. He might edit it. I don't know.
Okay, I want to know what's different. Okay, interesting.
I don't know if there's going to be anything different, but we're going to find out. Yeah, I don't know. So here we go. Posted on September 12th.
Which is Paul Walker's birthday. I already looked it up. That's what I was going to tell you. Yeah. So
Happy birthday,
it's Ludacris
Brian.
on the 11th, Paul Walker on the 12th.
Happy birthday, Brian. 12 years, ... So again, I was like, did he do like what we do where he calls Vin Dom, but he's calling Paul Brian, but he signs this Dom.
Yes, so he wrote this from the perspective of Dom Toretto.
Yeah, which is
okay.
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
I do have the picture here. Okay. Happy birthday, Brian. 12 years, ... I'm gonna read from my screenshot. You let me know if it's different in the text.
Okay, I'll try.
Not a day passes I don't think about your absence, but as each year goes by, I smile more at the gifts you left behind, the clarity you offered. Hollywood isn't the same place we knew.
Been patiently waiting. The fans have been patiently waiting. The best fans in history.
So he cut this paragraph out. Okay. So he's shit talking Hollywood a little bit here.
Okay, yeah, cool. Whoa,
Hollywood
the plot thickens. Let's
isn't
go.
the same place we knew. Studios are buying studios. Tech giants are acquiring iconic film franchises once owned by the legacy studios of the past. But the fans have been
Interesting.
patiently waiting. So we get back to here. The best fans in history. Not for another bigger action sequence or box office records, but for family ... to come home.
He's
They're
still
waiting for
pitching.
the-
He's pitching. This is so pitching, but go ahead.
To Brian the Angel. They're waiting for the values and heart you breathed into every on-screen moment. You used to say, I will always be Brian. 12 years later, I finally understand. Your legacy somehow lives in the space where love meets forever. Our story will continue...
That's a
This
great
is
one
different.
too. The space where love meets forever.
So this is
it-
different too. There's a lot
Go
of
ahead.
there's a lot of difference here between it ends in a way. Okay.
Okay.
Our story will continue ... no matter what banner flies above us, because what we built belongs to something greater than studio contracts or corporate ledgers.
Oh,
Every fan
shit.
who chooses loyalty over logic, every soul who knows family is stronger than blood, that was your calling, Pablo. So what he edited it to was,
Yes.
what we built belongs to something bigger. Every fan who chooses loyalty over logic, every soul who knows family is stronger than blood.
He
That was
cut
your calling,
all
Pablo.
all the studio stuff out again about studio contracts and ledgers. Yeah. Okay, so Universal put a hit out on Vin.
So there's more here that he cut it out too.
Okay, wow, okay.
After every premiere, you always smiled and said, the best one is still in the can. That was you saying, brother, we have more to give. Which is...
Not there, yeah.
Not there at all. Thank you for being who you always were. Thank you for showing me that we could still rise, still inspire, still shine while standing in our truth. Indeed, you will always be Brian, Pablo, ... and you will always be my brother. Miss you, Dom. This implies to me...
The Universal saw it and...
No, that Universal...
What?
That he thinks, or he is insinuating or something, that Universal is trying to sell the rights to the Fast and the Furious.
To me, it seems like, no, he's just saying... To me, it seems like he's making shots at Universal saying, like, they're all about the bottom dollar now. And that we don't need to have a box office breaker. We don't need to have a giant franchise. We just want to go back home. And that's wild. But I definitely think Universal was like, cut the shit, Vin. Stop talking about us. Or somebody was like, they're pissed.
As he is posting this, the Skydance Media Paramount Global thing, the merger finalizes, it closes, right? Successful. And then like this past week, they're like, oh, we might buy Warner Brothers. And so I think Vin is just like, what's going on in this world, man? It used to be easy. Like Universal was Universal and TV was TV. But in this love letter to his dead best friend, he's like, Universal really sucks. And it's like, guy,
do you know what?
Place.
No, but honestly, that kind of seems in its own Vin Diesel writing a love letter to his dead best friend as Dom Toretto, the character. It kind of seems like the place he would... This is probably what he would talk to Paul Walker about, right? He'd probably be like, bro, studios are fucked. Like, they don't even want to let us make Fast and Furious 11. And he's like, what? Like, bro, you still want to make these movies? And they're like, yeah, man, but they're trying to hold us back. Like, that's Vin's version of the story to Paul Walker.
I am just glad that I had the foresight that when I saw Vin Diesel writing note to Paul Walker, a lot of text, I was like, oh, something's going to happen.
You were absolutely right, too, and I appreciate it. Because that was a completely different message with the edited parts left in. Whew. Okay.
Next one, black and white. So the last one was black and white, just him and Paul. Oh, wait, hold on. The last one was him and Paul a while ago. He looks very young.
At an award show.
This is maybe like 2001, though. Like, this is like early.
Early.
This next one is another photo dump. That infamous New York detective, ... Theo, ...
How long has he been on set for this movie, do you think?
0 days, because there is no Kojak movie.
I think this is a picture with a camera, Joey, and we've seen him in costume 45 times.
It's true. This is him on a rock, turning to look at the camera. Notice he's not in frame.
He's really going to fucking manifest this Kojak movie. He's just going to post pictures of it until somebody goes like, whatever happened to that Kojak movie on Vin's Instagram? Until like enough people online are like, yeah, whatever the fuck did happen to that. He's like, got it right here. And just like releases it.
The next picture is him, again in black and white, overlooking a body of water, cigar in his hand, bottle of liquor next to him, living the life.
Yeah.
Next one is him through a camera lens, through like a preview screen, at a bar.
Shooting at 5K. Shooting it at 5K, though.
This is a terrible composed shot. Like, this looks like a commercial. Does not look like a...
It does look like a tequila commercial a little bit. It definitely does. He's gonna sell us some Terramana.
This looks like, if you saw a movie that was shot like this, be like, oh, this is like a straight-to-streaming pile of horse shit.
Let's not make too many judgments, Joey. The movie's not even... It's not even
a movie yet.
It's not even a movie yet. You're already judging.
And then there's him in a tuxedo or a suit with an overcoat.
Based on how this is smoothed, how it's black and white, and timely events, this looks like the last shot we see of him before he gets assassinated. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just posed, the black and white, the like smooth, it's like, and then on that
the
fateful
lollipop
day,
is there, but blurry for some reason.
Yeah, it looks like he's about to get scoped right there, but sure.
Then here we go. Here's a video. Caption is just prayer hands emoji.
Okay,
The
let's
last
see.
predict I made was very much inspired by Jeremiah Johnson. No dialogue in the first half of the movie. Barren Planet. But most importantly, and why I didn't want the day to pass without saying a few words, is that for years, for 20-something years, I was a struggling actor. Multicultural and
Multifacial.
didn't really have a place for me. And I directed a short film called Multifacial, and then I directed a feature.
Okay.
That feature was
He looks so excited.
selected to be in dramatic competition in 1997 at
Oh.
the Sundance Film Festival
Oh.
by none other than the iconic Robert Redford.
Didn't think that's where that was going, but okay.
It was my first sense of acceptance, my first sense of acknowledgement. I can remember it like it was yesterday.
Oh.
I was walking down that snow-covered sidewalk in Utah. I had a black eye from snowboarding the day before.
What? How?
I brushed by somebody. I turned around and it was Robert Redford, and he smiled. He said, "You're Vin. Thank you for having your movie here." He
Okay.
said some wonderful things that I used as encouragement early in my career. It's one thing to be an icon. That's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
To be a storyteller like he was, it's also a beautiful thing. But to be someone that's encouraged so many people, including myself, validated me as an artist, writer, director, and actor.
Oh.
I can't thank him enough. So, rest in peace. And know that you've changed a lot of lives, and we're forever grateful.
You
Okay.
can see in his sunglasses the reflection. It looks like a young woman is just holding a Steadicam, holding a camera or her phone or something, filming this.
I don't know.
You want to guess how long that was?
2 minutes and 40 seconds.
You are unbelievably good at guesses. 2 minutes and 46 seconds.
Damn, I was fucking close, brother. I was absolutely close. Jason Rainey had even warned us that Vin had made a very Vin-centric post about Robert Redford in the Discord. I still didn't know what that's where that was ending when he started with his Rushmore. I wrote a little one act about Watergate, and then ends it Robert Redford. I didn't. We took a long walk to get there, but
That is really they had me in the first half. They had us in the first half,
yes,
right?
they had us in the first half. Yeah.
There's a joke that Lewis Black has, like from 25 years ago, where he talks about TV commercials and how they make no sense. He's like, 2 rabbits are sitting on a log, one goes home and kills itself, buy a bike. And it was that, and there was also maybe music videos, and it was like, if you hear a song and then you see the music video for that song, I guess I might be conflating the punchlines, but like, if you see a music video for that song and it's what you pictured, kill yourself. It's just like they should, like, music videos also make no sense, but it feels like that, like that's the closest thing I can describe for Vin. It's like, okay, let me tell you that he talks about multifacial and being multiracial and talking about how
Struggling
being
as a young
filmmaker.
actor.
How do you think the video is going to end? Tribute to Robert Redford would not even be on the list.
That's yes. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely was that they had us in the first half. I didn't think that's it also again seems fucking genuine. It seems like he's like a big softie and like really like was like, thank you Robert Redford for inspiring me early and validating me as an artist.
Like, we dunk on him a lot, but his heart is always, or almost always, in the right place.
Yeah, he's not malicious. He's not causing harm to anyone or anything. Like, granted, he did make this Robert Redford tribute about himself a little bit, but it was a sweet sentiment, and I think that he meant it.
Because he could also say in a minute, like, very early in my career, I had a film at Sundance, and I ran into Robert Redford, and he said such nice things to me, and I used that as motivation for my entire career.
Yeah.
He was
a
so
great
helpful.
guy.
Rest in peace. 25 seconds.
Absolutely.
2:46.
2:46.
He's an artist. You gotta do what an artist is gonna do what an artist is gonna do.
Amen. Yes.
We're gonna have so our next fast lane, because this is our last one for a while. Our next fast lane is going to be in about a month and a half. We're gonna have so many Vinstagrams, maybe, to catch up on. Just saying.
We might break it up. Okay, should we just do like a the Vintastic episode and just catch up?
We'll see.
If there's like 40 of them.
You know, sometimes he does one a day and sometimes he does like one a week. Well, we got to see how it is. Like, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll play it by ear. We also, again, might break it up depending.
Yeah, because it's gonna be if this is 40 different Vin posts that are 2-minute 40-second videos, we're gonna be here for 3 days.
So I have a couple different stories on the streets, news about the Fast and Furious. Is there anything you have seen in the last couple of weeks, news-wise?
I don't think so.
Oh, there's a couple big ones. First off, Michael
I looked
Caine
back in the Discord, yes.
coming out of retirement at 92 years old for Vin Diesel's Last Witch Hunter 2 at Lionsgate. And so he manifested one of his movies, The Last Witch Hunter 2, is happening. What were the odds that we gave The Last Witch Hunter 2
let's see.
for happening?
10%.
Both of us gave a 10%?
I mean, I just have one number written down.
Okay.
So, yeah, 10. I think we settled on 10%. But is that actually confirmed, or is that Vin confirmed? It has a studio attached to
it. On
it.
Variety.com, Michael Caine is eyeing a return to acting with a sequel to The Last Witch Hunter at Lionsgate. The 92-year-old screen legend is set to come out of retirement for the feature, which will also see Vin Diesel return to headline. The sequel is being fast-tracked through development at Lionsgate, and Diesel's production banner One Race Films, Variety has confirmed. Though a deal for Caine hasn't been finalized, this is at least as of September 8th, the actor is expected to reprise his role from the 2015 original Last Witch Hunter. Caine played Dolan, a priest who assists Diesel's warrior Calder as he fights to stop a plague propagated by a witch queen.
Just to let you know, Last Witch Hunter 2 had the lowest predictability for us. We predicted it at 10. Everything else was more likely in our eyes than Last Witch Hunter 2.
Feels right.
Feels about right, yeah.
What I did say, the one thing I remember is that he is one of the very few people who can manifest things, and if he wants something to happen, something could happen. I said every one of his projects has a shot. It
has a shot. I agree. I would not have picked Last Witch Hunter 2 to be the first confirmed with Michael Caine, and I thought that they were just hanging out for like his birthday or something. But apparently he was shooting something. So Kojak might be fucking real, dude.
You never know.
You never know. You really don't.
Somebody in our fantasy baseball thread today put like a poster of Heat 2 and said it was a picture with Leonardo DiCaprio, Adam Driver, and Austin Butler. He's like, I'm going to wait for this. And we're like, that's not real. Like, Heat 2 is real, but like that casting is not real. And it's just like one movie site put it out there as of 2 hours ago, had not been confirmed, but just like, oh, what if these like 3 cool young actors were on the same movie? It's like, yeah, maybe, but like, it's not real.
Not real.
The other actual news from the past 2 weeks, NBCUniversal chief Donna Langley apologizes for sending Fast and Furious into space. Quote, we can never get that genie back.
See, I think this is dumb, but okay. But this might be Universal spin.
Langley offered her mea culpa at the Toronto Film Festival as part of a discussion with Cameron Bailey, the festival's director. However, Langley, who plays a key role in guiding the franchise as studio group and chief content officer, said part of the success of the long-running series has been adaptability. She noted that between Tokyo Drift and Fast and Furious, the films decided to shake up their creative direction and make them less about racing culture. Quote, we knew that we had to figure out how to grow it. We made a conscious decision to pivot to a sort of globe-trotting heist scenario. She credited Vin Diesel with having a deep understanding of the core Fast and Furious audience, which came from his embrace of social media. Quote, Vin was an early adopter of talking to his fans directly. As we know, we made a whole segment
As
about
we
it.
know. We know.
As we saw that growing, she said, and we saw where the conversation was going, we've always been very fan first on the Fast franchise.
Yeah, we know that. So, like, they're just confirming what we know, which is that, like, they just read... Vin's out here just reading the dumb shit that, like, we're saying and being like, okay.
In some cases, that's led the Fast and Furious team to rethink major character deaths, including the fate of Michelle Rodriguez's Letty Ortiz. Quote, people would sort of throw out little things like, oh, God, don't kill Letty. Langley said, okay, we'll bring her back. She never died. Don't worry. Nothing to see here. That's all led by fan engagement.
Yeah, we knew it. We knew it. Okay, so she confirms exactly what we know, which is that they just write these movies as fan service for us. So if we're like, hey, don't kill that person, they won't. Like, Dante's going to live through the next movie because everybody was like, Dante's a pretty... Like, Jason Momoa did pretty decent.
Yep.
And if enough people say, like, John Cena's not dead, he's not dead, right?
Uh-huh.
That's how it's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Fast and Furious series has been praised for its inclusive approach to casting. That's something that Langley says came naturally. Quote, it's organically inclusive. It was never a conversation. It has roots in downtown LA and in car culture, which is a domain largely of people of color of the Hispanic community. It honors and celebrates it in a really beautiful way.
That's true. And that's something that we celebrate. I like that.
I don't understand why this guy was asking her about Fast and Furious.
Nor do I.
Like, it's not like, oh, you just announced a new Fast and Furious movie. Let's talk about that franchise for a little bit. Like, there's nothing out there.
No, this could have been her, that she could be psyoping us, and she said, like, we only do what the fans want, and they're just crowdsourcing the new script.
Yep, maybe.
She's like, she had to come out and say this so that they had to come out and say, so that we come out and say, like, oh, they're still making that? Cool, we're gonna go see it. Sick. Like, they're just getting a pulse of the internet to be on what... It's so like on the nose, you know what I mean? She's like, we usually do whatever they tell us to do, so what do we want to do here, guys?
We'll find out. I mean, I just, if they're listening to the fans, there's a chance they're listening to us.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Other news, Dwayne Johnson says the weight loss is for a new acting role. He's playing a 70-year-old man whose best friend is a chicken. Quote, I still have a long way to go.
Yeah, because he looked very gaunt.
Yeah.
The other day when he was at whatever.
He was also at Toronto Film Festival. No, same thing. Same
was Toronto.
Where Donald Langley was.
Smashing Machine, yeah.
So, yeah, apparently Benny Safdie pitched him on this movie. After about 45 minutes, the pitch ended and it said, I am your chicken man.
Whoa, what a quote.
He shed as much as 30 pounds of the muscle he packed on his cur. Still looked like he could bench press a Humvee. I have a long way to go, he acknowledged. I'm so excited to get a chance to hopefully transform again like I was able to do in Smashing Machine. It means eating less chicken.
Okay.
And then he talks about being pigeonholed and so on and so forth.
Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. He's just riding with Benny Safdie now. That works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to see what The Rock and Benny Safdie do. Is there a Benny Safdie trilogy of The Rock? Is this his, like, so. Justin? Maybe.
And then the only other thing that I have, and it's not really, because we've not covered either of these movies on the podcast, but the guy who made both Top Gun Maverick and F1, Joseph Kosinski, just announced they are rebooting Miami Vice.
That should be fun. We like Top Gun and we like F1, yeah.
A movie is heading to theaters. It is based on the pilot and the first season of the TV show. So 2 years from now, Miami Vice.
It should be fun. I think we'll probably see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's a good filmmaker.
F1 he makes fun. He makes fun movies. Yeah. You liked F1, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Top Gun, great. So yeah, that's all the news. If you want to share news, there's a Fast and Furious news channel on the Discord. Get in there, share it over there.
Yeah.
Joe, we have a Patreon page, toofast2forever.com. Shout out to Alex Ellen and Justin Kleiman, Brian Rodriguez of Fatherhood, Wes Hampton, Jerry Robinson, Dan the Duke, Hayden Renato, Di Donato, Michael McGann, Lane Middleton, Lindsay Lewandowski, Jason Rainey, Tom Price, Josh Buckley of Whole Lotta Wolves.
Yep.
Michael Moser, Christian Larson, Tara New One, Aaron Willows, and Natalie Absolute, Randy Carter, Alex Walsh, Jack Haley, and Jessica Collins, a.k.a. Montez. Thank you all for supporting us the $5 a month level or above. If you want to join that list, toofast2forever.com. Next week is our tune-up, and so we tease a lot of things happening on the Patreon, so come back in a week to learn about that, or toofast2forever.com. Use $1 a month to get you in the door and hear that episode sooner. We also have an email address, family@cageclub.me. And Joe, I think people heard the call for comments, for mailbag, for newsletters, because we have a overflowing mailbag in a way that we have not had in quite some time.
Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
First up today from TeePublic, you've made a sale. It's not George Pickens. Somebody today bought a sticker of Justice is Coming. So the Jesse Jetta Justice is Coming. Somebody bought a sticker.
Was it Margaret?
I hope not. Maybe. Probably not. But maybe. Could have been. She was the last person to buy like an actual thing from us, right? So
That's what I said, yeah.
I don't know. We also have 3 Patreon comments. 2 from the last episode, The Last Life in the Fastlane, number 55, then 1 from the Guardians of the Galaxy episode. So Kevin says, hearing you guys talk about Frankie Muniz not remembering filming his show reminded me of Mark Paul Gosselaar saying on his podcast he didn't remember filming most episodes of Saved by the Bell, and I found an article about it.
Interesting. Okay.
So here is an article from People.com, said he has a very limited memory of details about specific episodes. I always thought, quote, I always thought I had a bad memory about certain things. You recalled of a fan once talking about a plot from a season 3 episode titled Mystery Weekend. Quote, it was about a murder mystery dinner or whatever, and I knew about it because of my podcast. But Mario Lopez had no idea what this person was talking about, and neither did Elizabeth Berkley. I was pleased to know that they have a very limited memory of these events as well. I just thought it was me.
Oh, okay. So this is more like we were young. We shot so many of these fucking episodes. Like, I don't remember half. It's like us, right? Like, we're like, we talked to, you're like, yeah, like 100 episodes ago. Sure. Like, we don't fucking remember.
I will say that in an email that I'm going to read today from Michael Moser, he's like, I can't believe you didn't ask these people something. I was just like, I don't remember anything that happens after we, like, I listen back and I edit these episodes and I don't remember what we talk about.
Yeah,
so,
you
like,
listened to it essentially like 3 times at least. So
the fact that we don't ask somebody something, it's like, yeah, because we're here, we're trying, we're paying attention. It's just in one brain, out the other brain.
Exactly.
Also on that same episode, Randy Carter comments, when I saw those images of super skinny Rock, I was reminded that I recently heard from a very reliable source that the new Jumanji film is scheduled to start shooting before the end of the year. How in the hell is that supposed to happen now that The Rock has become the Pebble?
I have no idea. That's interesting. Maybe he's not in it.
I mean, there was the season of Sunny where Mac was fat, and they're just like, hey, you look different now.
Yeah, and also we've talked about this before, right? Like if you have like all of the money in the world and your job is to either get fat or get skinny, you can do it. Like if like that's gonna be your job, like it's not like it's like, oh man, like what happened to him? Like he might be on Ozempic right now, just like shedding weight and just drops it and then goes right back to chicken and is like in Jumanji shape in like 6 weeks. Yeah, who knows, right? No, just because he can have like 12 hours to do it. That's all. Like 12 hours a day to be like, okay, here's my dietitian and my workout routine and my swim and then shower and then pray and then that's it.
And also clearly has the motivation. Like you and I could, if we wanted to, theoretically have 12 hours a day where we're like, okay, we're in the gym for 6 hours a day after work and we're only going to eat this. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, you don't have work. That's the whole.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you could theoretically like finish work at 5, go to the gym till 11, drink a protein shake, go up, do it 2 hours before work. It's just like, I don't want that life.
I don't want that life at all. Not me.
And then the other Patreon comment we have also from Kevin. I feel like Radiohead will tour the States next year, ... I hope. Saw The Smile a few years ago, and that was great, but I haven't seen Radiohead since 2018. Joey, I hope we both get to see them soon. Well, Kevin, I made the very irrational, rash decision to buy tickets to see them in Copenhagen. So Margaret and I are flying to Denmark to see Radiohead in December. So I hope you get to see them soon.
I hope they come to America for both of you. Mm-hmm. But sadly for you, Kevin, Joey beat you to it, and he's just gonna fucking do it. He caved. It's over.
I will tell that story now instead of in the Life in the Fastlane, but I wanted to sign up. So Radiohead has always been really good about doing fan pre-sales through their site. And you would sign up through Waste, which is their fan club, and go through this whole thing. I found the whole process very easy, and I wanted to do it because I was curious about what it would be like for the U.S. tour dates.
Yeah, you're like, oh, what is it going to be like whenever I need to do this? Let me do a dry run here. I don't need to buy these tickets.
And I found out from my friend that apparently a lot of people on the Radiohead subreddit were complaining about how difficult this entire process was. And I was like, none of these motherfuckers would try to buy a Taylor Swift ticket or a Lady Gaga ticket or anything like that. Where I'm like, no, this was a breeze.
These dudes bought Radiohead tickets at their local record store.
Yep.
Yeah, 40 years ago, and that's the last time they're like, man, this internet stuff is wild.
So, I mean, the process has a couple steps, but I don't think it's crazy. You sign up for the thing, you pick the city you want to go to, they email you a code if you get a code, and it's just like, here's like a 10-digit, like, unique code to you for the city you chose. On the day, which was this past Friday, which was September 12th, at 10 o'clock local time, which was 4 a.m. Eastern, which is part of the story, things will open. So I was like awake sort of all night long because I was like, I don't want to miss this. And I set my alarm for 3:45, and I woke up at 3, and I was like, let me just check this. And it said at 4 o'clock, you can enter, and you can't even enter the queue. It's just like you can click on a link, and then at 4:30 you can enter the queue, and then the tickets go on sale at 5. And I was like, oh, but it's like 3:15. I'm like wide awake now. I'm just like, okay, like whatever. I'll just go downstairs.
Yeah, fine, sure.
And so I'm just sitting in my office, just like puttering around for like an hour and a half. Margaret comes downstairs. I'm like, am I being too loud? She's just like, no, I had to go to the bathroom. Like, I was just like, oh. So she goes upstairs and she's like, I'm awake now. I'm like, it's 4:30 in the morning. Go back to sleep. Like, neither of us to be awake right now. And she goes back upstairs.
Especially not you. Yeah.
And I go up and she's like, well, and I was like, we were number 43 in the queue. We got 2 tickets. Because, like, the day before, I had tried to get Lady Gaga tickets, which I had also wound up getting through a pre-sale. But, like, when I clicked the thing, I was number 21,000 in line in the queue. As a seat radio, it's like 43 people ahead of you. I was just like, oh, we're good. The only difficulty was having to navigate the Danish Ticketmaster website, but because I had just done this like 5 times over 2 days for Lady Gaga, I knew exactly what everything was. And even
nice.
though Chrome wasn't translating properly, I was just like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, name, address, card number, expiration date. Yeah, I got you.
Danish Ticketmaster does not accept American Express, so I did a Visa, and then Chase declined it. I was like, all right, but then like PayPal was an option, so I just did PayPal. I'm like, okay, good, done. I went back to sleep, and then I was just like, Mark's like, you want to like stay up and drink coffee? I was just like, no. I want 2 hours of sleep. She's like, okay. But she's like, we're going to Denmark.
Congrats,
so,
that's fun.
Yes,
very
fun.
cool.
So that's in December, which is very cool. And then also Lady Gaga in March, because like there was a City card pre-sale, which Margaret has one of, but there was like an issue with the card. I'm like, all right, I guess we didn't get it. And then there was a like Verizon fan pre-sale the next day that my sister tried to do, and that was like fucked. But she's like, there's still City tickets available. And so I'm like, oh, like this is like a full 24 hours later. And someone on there was just like bloop, 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 like easy, and it was just done. I was like, oh, this is so painless, as opposed to like waiting for 20,000 people to, you know, get fucked over the same whatever. But yes. Yeah. So anyway, Kevin, I hope you get to see Radiohead. I am seeing them in December.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Fun story too.
All right, we've got other emails today. We had an email from a PR woman named Tara Kennedy who's just like, there is a new book coming out called Welcome to the Family. And I'm just like, Tara, let me stop you right there. We've already got Barry coming on the show. He's going to be our first guest next lap. He's going to be talking about this. We have the book pre-ordered. She sent us a PDF copy. But Welcome to the Family, the explosive story behind Fast and Furious, the blockbusters that supercharged the world by Barry Hertz, coming out in November. We are having him on the show in October/November to talk about his book and the first Fast and Furious. And I was like,
very cool.
Thank you. Got it. She's like, let me know if you need anything else. So shout out to her. Go buy that book. It's very cool. We have the PDF copy. We got a hardcover on pre-order. Go do the thing.
Exactly.
Then we also have 6 emails, actual emails. Like, people really showed up for this one. So, okay.
Here we go.
First one from Jerry Robinson. Subject, updates about Fast Rewatch.
Okay. What's up, Jerry?
Hey guys, I got a lot to drop, so let's go. First things first, Ileana and I are going on vacation on September 21st. Very soon. Good luck.
Very
Have
soon.
fun.
Safe travels. Safe travels.
Oh, big news here in this next sentence, Joe. A 7-day cruise to Alaska where I'm finally going to propose.
First of all, fuck you for this Alaskan cruise, because literally yesterday I was looking at this place. I think it's called like Jenny's like crab shack that's in Juneau. That's like this giant tourist trap spot that just sells. I think I've said this before, but like most of my algorithm for like Facebook movies is just like a lot of like crab leg porn. Have I told you this?
No.
So it's like usually like desserts or like crab legs. And so I get a lot of crab leg, crab boil type situations because it knows that I'll watch them.
Uh-huh.
And so I just yesterday said to Rachel, I begged her, can I please go on an Alaskan cruise? That's 1. 2, congratulations, Jerry. I hope it all goes well. Good luck, brother. Head down. Hope it works.
He says her birthday is on September 29th, which will be when we return. Well, Margaret's is September 27th. So you'll have another day to celebrate. That was the thing. Like, Margaret was like, are you going to propose in Europe? I was like, no, because we're going to have or she thought it was going to be like a day that was special to us. I'm just like, no, like I want another day. Like I also don't want you to know that it's coming, and I surprised her. So,
Perfect. Good job,
Now,
bud.
Ileana's currently healing from an operation she had a few weeks ago. Revealed to me yesterday she's cancer-free. Whoa.
Congratulations.
Definitely made me tear up since that was a process alone. Now, when we come back from vacation, we have a week until we move. Yeah, holy shit. We're leaving our first home, 1 bed, 1 bath, to a 3-bed, 2-bath about 10 minutes away.
Moving on up. Here we go.
With that said, my fast rewatch will be on pause till everything's settled. That's all for now. I'll give you an update soon. Charles' reign is not insane. Well, Jerry, there's a lot going on email. Congratulations on all of that. All good news.
All good news. And I love it, brother. Absolutely happy for you.
Our next email is from Michael Moser.
Oh, and send us some pictures when you get back of the proposal. I'm sure you're going to have somebody take pictures. So, send us some pictures.
And crab legs.
Yeah. I can get the crab legs, but go eat the ones at the... I think it's called Jenny's. Just like Jenny's something. I just sent it in the group chat. Tracy's Crab Shack.
Okay.
I think it's Tracy's King Crab Shack is what it is. This place looks fire. I hope that you get a chance to check this place out and report back on that too, because it looks amazing. Yeah.
So our email from Michael Moser says, reply to Lane's email, but in the first line he says about Jason's email. So I'm not sure who he's replying to here. He says, hey guys, hope you're well. I normally just Discord to say my thoughts, but Jason's email, or maybe Lane's email, needed me to chime in this way. My dad used to go to Mexico a lot for work, and he would tell us that they would have dinners late night, so my guess would be that a Cuban restaurant would be similar to that.
Fair point. Yeah. It's the Italians eat at 9 o'clock situation. I feel you.
Says another question, this is what I was mentioning before, another question is, y'all had a Brit on the pod and did not ask him about what the European sirens sounded like. How you didn't do that is beyond me.
Wee you.
Well, because remember we had there was a goof in one of the Goof Troop things where it was like, the siren you hear is wrong, because the siren you think that the Americans hear is not the actual thing or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. So
yeah, because they use wee you.
Apologies to Michael Moser, who should be hosting the show instead of us. He's got everything.
Point, brother.
We've got nothing. He also sends in his next lap pick, which I'm going to read on an upcoming patron pick. So it's going to be a surprise for over there. So I'm going to save that for now.
Makes sense. Cool.
Also, one of the emails Jason Rainey sends in is also about a Patreon movie, so I will save that one for that as well, too.
Excellent. Love both.
Still have 3 more emails. First up, from Jackie Jones, befriend, marry, excommunicate. So this is Jackie's version of Fuck, Marry, Kill. This is a good one. Mark Sinclair, Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel. Fuck, Marry, Kill, or befriend, marry, excommunicate. Which of the 3 personalities?
This is really, really hard. I'm going to go with my gut. My first inkling was...
Yep.
Marry Dom. Fuck Dom.
Okay.
Marry Vin for, money. And
Shallow.
Kill Mark Sinclair.
Because we just don't know Mark Sinclair. He's gone.
Well, it's just, he just wants to, hang out and play Dungeons and Dragons. Give me, I bet, Dom and his domliness would be the best lay. I think that Vin would be the best to be married to. Although those could be interchangeable, right?
I think Vin Diesel we know. Dominic Toretto we know. Mark Sinclair we don't know. So I think we're both excommunicate or kill Mark Sinclair. Apologies to that man.
Yeah.
I think I would marry Dom. Because Dom is best at everything. But he's constantly
in danger, and you're constantly in danger.
I know, but he can
constantly
never
on the run.
Nobody can die in these. If I'm in with him, I'm immortal.
If you're Letty, you literally died.
Until the fans are like, "Don't kill Joey," and they're like, "Okay, fine, we'll bring him back."
Yeah, but you have to deal with skanks. You have to deal with all kinds of stuff, dude.
I just think if you marry Vin Diesel, every dinner you have is him telling a 45-minute story that should be a 3-minute story.
You might not have learned this yet, but you get to a point where you could just tune this shit out. You can just totally just not pay attention to it. Not saying it's right. I'm just saying you could be like, oh, that's just him, and just you just walk off into the kitchen and start doing something else. Whatever. He's just gonna talk to himself.
I do so the podcast I'm most listening to right now in terms of catch-up is called With Gorley and Rust, and it's a horror movie, mostly, recap podcast. And they started with doing different franchises. They did Friday the 13th and Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, and they always do not Fuck, Marry, Kill, but it's like, which of these three things are Freddy, Michael, and Jason? And I feel like our version of that is Mark Sinclair, Dom, and Vin. Although there's less of a differentiation. Like, there's three killers. This is three of the same guy, but it's also like, there's differences.
There's much more different. It's less subtle, yes.
Jackie also sends a link from theroot.com. A man who says he drove for Vin Diesel for nearly 20 years shares shocking allegations. This was published from April.
Okay, how did we miss this? What is this?
In a now viral video posted on TikTok, the man says he and Vin Diesel did not leave things on good terms. They say if you want to know the truth about someone, ask their employees. Well, actor Vin Diesel may not want anyone doing that right now after a man who says he was Diesel's driver for nearly 2 decades just came out with some awful allegations about how he was treated while working for the Fast and Furious star and how their professional relationship came to an end. Again, there's nothing to back this up. Vin also had like more serious allegations, but who knows? So here's some of the quotes here. I know things about him that I would not say, but Vin is not a nice guy. He went on to talk about a disagreement with Diesel, who was raised by his white mother and African-American stepfather after the actor directed a racial slur toward him. We had a falling out because he called me the N-word one night. The guy who's telling the story is like, looks like a black man in his like 70s maybe, so like an older guy. The Root reached out to representatives for Diesel for comments, but have not received a response. In the clip, the man reveals other shocking allegations, including that he was not paid when the actor was out of town. He added that after nearly 2 decades of driving for Diesel, he was let go from his position without warning, a situation that ruined him financially and left him homeless. Quote, I sleep at the airport every night. It's very hard on me at my age.
That's really sad.
Clip has received over 600,000 views, and although Diesel has not reacted to the allegations of the post, commenters seem to be standing by the accuser, hoping he gets an opportunity to cash in on his story.
But we didn't hear anything else about this, so
Nope.
like, I don't know. I mean, like, yes, poor guy, and that sucks. But it sounds like maybe kind of out of character. I don't know either. And it's from April, and we haven't heard anything else about it. So and it's just a TikTok video, and like,
people say things for all sorts of reasons. I'm not saying that like this guy is not. It did not happen, but
me neither. I'm just saying we need more info on it. But that's an interesting story. It seems weird.
Jackie's email goes on, where did the name Dominic Toretto come from? Both from the in-universe perspective, where are the Torettos from and how long have they been in LA? And from a producer standpoint, why Dominic Toretto? Why did the studio think it was represented? From the Dom Wiki. So here's the relatives. Abuelita Toretto, grandmother. Jack Toretto, father. Unknown mother. Jacob Toretto, brother. Mia Toretto, sister. Brian O'Connor, brother-in-law, which we don't know that to be sure. Tony Toretto, cousin. Shout out to Tony Toretto.
Shout out to Tony Toretto from Spy Racers.
Fernando, cousin. Jack O'Connor, nephew. Olivia O'Connor, niece. Again, this is like a nationality American.
Well, I would assume that he was like Italian, right? Like Abuelita. Mm-hmm. Abuelita probably had like an Italian husband. That makes sense. They met in L.A.
I think Dominic is a strong name, is also ethnic, like in a way that like not like, just in terms of like if you want to have like a outsider story in LA, and then Toretto kind of sounds car soundy, kind of.
And Italian. Yeah, kind of just like.
And then Jackie says, I still stand by the view that all of Fast and Furious is in the Tenet universe, and Dom has spent time going backwards in time, and that explains the apparent timeline disparities. It also explains the, quote, deaths of characters and their, quote, coming back.
That makes sense. I like that.
Then we have 2 more emails. The first up from Alex Walsh, who sent an edited version. He's like, I didn't like the tone that I wrote in the first one. So I appreciate, Alex, if you ever send an email to us and you're like, oh shit, I didn't mean to say that, send another one. So
send another one and tell us to stop. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Also, don't worry about the tone either. Like, I don't know what the tone was bad about. Like, as long as you didn't use a slur, I don't think it really matters, but sure.
I read what he wrote originally, and like, if he hadn't said anything, I'd have been like, oh, all right. But like, when he called it out, I was just like, oh, I can see why that might be read the wrong way. But like, it was so gentle that like, I would not have.
Yeah. We always keep the positive anyways, so.
So here's Alex's email. Well, actually, is the subject line.
Okay.
Hey, folks. Last Fastlane for the lap before the wedding, so I have to open with saying a heartfelt parasocial congratulations to Joey. Speedrunning 6 years of another human being's life through extracurricular activity segments is absolutely not how we were intended to get to know one another, but here we are. I've gotten to know you as a kind, thoughtful person in the original email. As a real asshole. No, he didn't say that. Who is always seeking out new experiences, and you've gotten to know me as a person who sends in weird ideas about Tokyo Drift. So congratulations to you and Margaret. I hope you have a fantastic wedding day and so much happiness in the future. Well,
that was
you,
very,
Alex.
very sweet.
Very
that
sweet.
was very sweet.
But look, he says, I was hoping Nico and Kevo would do this so I wouldn't have to. Someone has to set the record straight on Planet X. You have no idea how much I'm about to push my glasses up.
Okay.
So on that episode last week, we said, Nico, Kevo, Planet X, ? They're like, this is where there's Magneto has the genocide against mutants. It's where Jean Grey becomes Phoenix. That's that thing.
Yes, exactly.
Alex, glasses all the way up. Planet X derives from the absolute first Groot appearance back in 1960. That's right, Groot predates Spider-Man. The first appearance of the Flora Colossi in Tales to Astonish number 13 was billed as, quote, I challenged Groot the monster from Planet X. The Groot we now know first appeared in 2007, but the lore still respects the 1960 story. Grant Morrison's Planet X is an influential X-Men story, but it's not what's being referenced here.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Xandar is totally different. It's the homeworld of the Nova Corps. It's the world where we first encountered Groot in the original Guardians movie, but it's not his homeworld. Sci-fi writers just like the letter X. True.
Makes sense. Yeah, that tracks.
I can also see where how Nico was the one who did most of the heavy lifting on the Planet X thing. He's an X-Men guy, right? He's
so instantly first thought of that.
Yes.
That makes totally sense. Yeah, I don't fault him at all. Like if they're both named the same thing, he just happened to pick the other one. Mm-hmm. Okay, and they're both in the same universe, comics, everything. Yes.
5 paragraphs into my email into a Fast and Furious podcast, I have fast 10 thoughts. The scene where Dante takes over Cypher's organization kind of breaks action movie protocol. It's just a cost of admission fact that we are okay with henchmen dying. They're NPCs. But Dante's whole plan starts with clarifying that they have families they love. And not only are we supposed to be on Cypher's side as she demolishes these family men, this is the scene in which she joins the hero side. Weird choice.
Very weird choice. Good point. I've never really thought about that part of it, but you're right.
Second Fast 10 thought, hopefully less unsettling. The question has always been how the hell Dante has all this footage from the whole series. But we see him take over Cypher's organization at the beginning of the movie. And she's been keeping track of Dom at least since he started messing with her. But more importantly, you have to assume she hoovered up all of Jacob's files during 9. And we know that dude has been obsessively tracking the family. When he lists the crime organizations he took over, he includes the trans. He's been on them from the start. It totally makes sense that getting access to Jacob's data is what allowed Dante to set off his crazy revenge scheme.
Interesting. Okay.
Perfect. Makes perfect sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
I don't know how to close this out, but congratulations, and I wish nothing but the best for you and Margaret. Well, thank you, Alex. It's very sweet. Thank you for writing in.
Very, very sweet email, bud.
And then the final email I'm going to read today from Jason Rainey. So he sent one for the Patreon, which we'll read next. And then also this one, diving into Vinstery.
Okay.
Jason says, howdy, Joes. I've been meaning to write in for a bit. Some of the recent Running the Vin segments jogged my memory about some of the history of his projects. I wasn't sure if you guys knew about the following, but I thought I'd share anyway in case anyone listening is interested.
Okay, please.
Kojak. I don't think we know any of this stuff because, we don't know. We just assume all of this is made up in his mind.
Yeah, we are just truly living in the Vinstaverse.
Jason says, Kojak. Universal first announced this at the end of 2014. Since then, 2 different writing teams have reportedly taken a crack at the script, and Vin seems to have hinted to at least one other person in an older Insta post. As we know, nothing recent on this other than Vin's #Sergeant Theo campaign.
Yes.
It's always the thing, and we talk about this too, where you go on Vin's wiki or whatever, and it's a Bloodshot sequel was talked about in 2020, and then that's the end of the section. It's just oh, so that's just that's not happening.
But The Rock said he's going to be in Hobbs and Shaw 2 as well on Instagram. So, that's how this shit goes, right?
Hannibal. This is an even older project. This is the one that Walt really wants. Kicking around since 2002. Vin not only wanted to play the Carthaginian general, he also wanted to make this a directing gig. He was also planning it as a trilogy to boot. There's not a lot of traction on this as far as I can tell. I've seen rumors that the box office failure of Oliver Stone's Alexander the Great killed interest in this kind of project from the studio.
Makes sense, yeah.
I mention all this because back in July, some of Vin's Instagram posts featured him wearing Hannibal-related shirts. One of them had the name emblazoned across the front. The other featured as a quote. Is he wearing old swag, or is he leaving subtle clues that he's gearing up to finally bring this project across the Alps?
I don't know.
Could be either.
Could be either. I think he's just running more campaign propaganda, but sure. Yes.
Then Michael Caine. I had a theory about the Michael Caine post before the last Witch Hunter 2 news dropped. It doesn't invalidate what I was thinking, though, so I'll go ahead and share. In one of the recent Caine posts, Vin alluded to a project they were doing together called Mark and Maurice, which I do remember that.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
I'm guessing this was a sly way to refer to Last Witch Hunter 2, but it initially caught my interest because Maurice is Michael Caine's real name, Maurice Joseph Micklewhite, and of course we all know Vin is Mark Sinclair. It had me thinking, what if Vin was making a semi-autobiographical short or film about him and Michael? I have no idea what shape that would take, but I like the idea of Vin in director mode, especially if it's a crazy passion project nobody's asking for.
Yes, I do too.
Personally, I'd love to see something like their version of The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I don't think it's likely, though, given Michael Caine's age. Vin pulled off a coup, getting him out of retirement for one goofy movie. 2 feels like a stretch, even for his manifestation powers.
But I think that, these don't have to not coexist. Like, he could be doing, like, a side, like, this is my Michael Caine love story for his Instagram post for 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Or he could be doing The Last Witch Hunter at the same time and make it like this is Michael Caine's life, like, and they just like sit in the trailer on like days that they're like waiting for them to set up and shoot this.
Yep.
Sure.
I also think it could be like a special feature on the Blu-ray for the movie that might come out on Blu-ray
Also
one day,
true.
right?
Yeah. They did a Mike and Maurice 15-minute interview of like what's your life lessons from Michael Caine, right?
I mean, they barely advertise Blu-rays anymore, and, you know, people are not buying based... I mean, some people might be based, like, on special features, but, like, do you remember, like, they're, like, over 9 hours of behind-the-scenes, like, nobody, like...
Yes.
But, like,
they even have it on the first Fast and the Furious ones, yeah.
The amount of time the special features compose used to be a real selling point for DVDs and Blu-rays. And I could be like...
they'd be like, you won't get this anywhere else. This
like
is all the background thing.
Last Witch Hunter 2 Blu-ray, it's like over 110 hours of... It's like, how is there this much time? It's just like 100 hours of Vin talking to Michael Caine. It's like, what?
Yeah, why?
Something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
But I can see it too. Yeah, I'm with you.
Jason says, well, this is getting longer than I meant, so I'll wrap this up with a goofy question inspired by some recent episodes. Which movie would you rather see? A Fast and Furious film written and directed by Richard Kelly, who did Southland Tales, Donnie Darko, or a Harmony Korine movie based on Joe's theory that there's a swingers community in the Finger Lakes?
That's the easiest sell ever in the world for me. Harmony Korine's Finger Lakes swinger movie, possibly a murder. I'm about it.
It would have to be called the Swinger Lakes, right?
Oh, no.
No.
I was trying to come up with a better one, like something that like
Pineapples?
Pineapples is a great name.
We're Fire S titling this too.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say like the tree swing out my window or something.
He could also just call it Swingers and just like say fuck Vince Vaughn. Like, here's the real Swingers movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wishing the best to both you boys. Ejectocito, Cuz Jason. Well, thank you, Jason. Thank you for writing in. Thank you for everybody writing in.
Thank you, everyone, for writing in. Thank you, Jason. And I'm glad that you acknowledged that my secret underbelly of swingers in the Finger Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that.
In the Swinger Lakes. If you want to email in, family@cageclub.me. We'll read it in about a month and a half. The next
We love emails. We love emails.
Where we're going to have so many Instagrams to run through, but please email in family@cageclub.me. If you want to get your thoughts out in the interim, the Discord is a great place to do that. Email us if you're not in there. I'll get you the link to join, because like the Discord link expires every like 45 days, something like that. So we can't give it a link.
Yeah,
but
we just can't
email
do it.
us, and we'll get you in there. Joe, we have 2 things to do about Fast 10 before we do extracurricular activities. One of which so we have the Goof Troop and we have the Letterboxd game. I would normally say we could just skip the Letterboxd game because I cut it last week because the Nico Kevo episode was running long.
It was
but
long.
I want to do it because one of Tara's top 4 is Guardians 2. So I was going to say, we're going to go to Tara New One at Tara New One on Letterboxd. So here's Tara's top 4. So we're going to play the Letterboxd game for Tara's top 4.
I think it's Tara's top 4. Okay, that's fun.
So Tara's number 3 favorite movie of all time is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Okay.
Tara's number 2 is a Fast and Furious movie. Which Fast and Furious movie do you think is Tara's favorite movie, according to Letterboxd?
Oh, that sucks because we've heard Tara's rankings. So was it 7 by any chance? I'm gonna guess 7.
It is the movie we're talking about right now, sort of, kind of, Fast 10.
Oh, okay. So this is a recency bias. I get it. Okay, fine. Good job, Tara.
I also just realized, I said 2 things about Fast 10, but one's about Fast 10, this is about Guardians 2. So numbers 1 and number 4 are both very famous movies. Number 1 is a comedy. Number 4 is an action horror movie. The comedy has been seen by 550,000 people. The action horror movie has been seen by 1.4 million people. Let's do the action comedy, or the action horror first. It is a movie we have not covered, but could cover in an oops, we should have covered that already lap. Action horror relevant to the franchise. From the 80s.
From the 80s. Oh, the thing with Kurt Russell.
The Thing with Kurt Russell. That's Tara's number 4 favorite movie of all time. And then Tara's number
Excellent
1 favorite
choice.
movie is a comedy from 2008. It's a movie...
I was gonna guess Superbad, but that's a hair before it. Go
2007, I think. But you're very close. This is in that same kind of comedies are back, baby. This is a movie that a lot of people love. I don't love. Tara says, literally a perfect movie, and you even get to see Marshall's dong.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Although, what's his name? Russell Brand has...
Yep.
Russell Brand's been taking a nice Chris Pratt tour for a long while, too.
Well, I
they
think
both
Russell
have
Brand's,
a lot of thoughts.
Hard canceled, and I think Chris Pratt just, politically canceled or something. You know what I mean? Where it's Chris Pratt's done nothing wrong. We're just tired of him, and he seems like kind of an asshole. I think Russell Brand has done things where we're
Yeah. He always has thoughts, too. He likes to share his thoughts a lot.
Well, Tara's top 4, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Fast 10, Guardians 2,
That was
and The
fun.
Thing.
I'm glad we got to play Tara's. That's cool.
So the other thing to do, catch up on past things, is the Goof Troop for Fast 10. So this is the IMDb Goofs for Fast 10. There's not a lot.
Okay.
Because I think as time goes on, newer movies, I think we talked about this a little bit with Larson, too, on the Novocaine episode, which is not out yet for patrons. No, that's coming out on Monday for patrons. But we talk a little bit about how newer movies are just less interesting, and there's also less time for people to write about these things. But here are the goofs for Fast 10. So there are no continuity goofs. There are 4 factual errors. Number 1, lifts cannot fail, elevators, in the way shown. The instant the tension in the cables drops, the brakes engage, and the car is then held in place by its own weight. The lift would have dropped a few feet at most, and more likely only inches. 56 up, 1 down.
That makes sense, but you have to drop an elevator for the fear of it, and I still am
drop
scared
an
of this.
elevator.
Every time I'm in the elevator, I'm scared that this is going to happen. So
Goof
yes.
number 2, no passenger airplane has a bomb tray type opening in the fuselage. 55 up, 1 down.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, they
So
wouldn't
that's
drop
the-
out of the bomb hatch.
Jacob and Baby Bay, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Good point.
Even a 1-ton bomb rolling down the street cannot cut through the chassis of a bus, separate it in 2 pieces, and continue on its way. 73 up, 5 down.
I would like to challenge you with physics on that one. So
I do like that of all the things happening in that Rome scene, that's what they called out.
that's what. Yeah, I agree.
While appreciating the merits of artistic license. So this person's already, I know this is a movie, but, so this is the prequel to this thing. One sometimes balks at egregious examples. I also like the one. One sometimes balks.
One.
So about 22 minutes and 50 seconds in, landing on top of another person does not save you after falling many stories. 23 up, 3 down.
Yeah, it's true.
But also, we think about it, in Fast and Furious 6, Hobbs protects unborn Baby B.
Yeah.
And all he gets is a broken arm or Fury 7, not 6. Fury 7, he saves Elena's life.
Tank jump.
Yeah.
It works all the time in Fast and Furious. I don't know what they're talking about.
Incorrectly regarded as goofs, I have 3 of them. The second one, I think, is very weird. Number 1, A car door would not be thick and strong enough to protect from a bullet shot by a marksman rifle, even at such a distance. A marksman rifle is only as potent as the ammunition that's loaded, in this case, low-powered, as evidenced by failing to penetrate either the ballistic vests or the car door. 85 up, 8 down.
Okay, we got an ammo nerd. That's
Got
cool.
an ammo nerd. This is the one I put question mark next to. And I don't remember what it is, but we're going to read it together. The bomb in the truck in Rome is described as a DM-79 subnautical high-yield neutron mine. Neutron weapons are designed to detonate with a massive burst of radiation with a lower, parentheses relatively, explosive yield than a conventional nuclear weapon. So when the, quote, mine detonates in the Tiber, anyone near the explosion, including Dom, would have been exposed to a lethal dose of radiation. Not
Makes
lethal
sense.
at all. Water is a very effective shielding medium against neutrons. Afterwards, a thorough shower like James and Honey Riders. 48 up, 7 down. I don't know that back half that means at all. Like, I think this person had a stroke when they were uploading this.
The Honey Riders shower thing, or which part, or just...
Well, I think it says,
All
when
of
the
it.
mine detonates, anyone, including Dom, would have been exposed to a lethal dose of radiation. Like, that all makes sense. Then it's just like, that's not true. Water's effective. And then just a shower like James and Honey Riders.
Okay, yeah.
Do we know who James and Honey Rider are? No. Oh, Honey Rider is from James Bond
Okay.
in Dr. No.
Just wash off the radiation. Yeah. Makes
48
sense.
up, 7 down.
Okay.
No one heard the helicopter approach the site of the accident, and 2 agency personnel get shot without reacting to the potential threat. They reacted. They fell down. 48 up, 11 down. I'm like, editorialization is like coming off the rails in these. People just like saying things. They're like saying a fact and then just adding sentences that don't really correlate.
Yep. Yeah.
48 up, 11 down.
Okay.
This one ends in an ellipsis, which I think is interesting. Revealing mistakes. Pulling one cord behind a random desk shuts all the lights off. ... 75 up, 8 down.
Okay. Maybe it's like the super kill switch. Yeah. Who knows?
There's no miscellaneous. There's no anachronisms. Or there's no good miscellaneous. There's no anachronisms. There's no AV unsynchronized. There's no crew or equipment visible. There's no character errors. There's one plot hole. The bomb rolls downhill for almost 8 minutes. The elevation of Rome varies between a maximum of 13 meters above sea level and 120 meters. There just isn't enough hill for it to roll down. 59 up, 6 down.
That's a good one. I like that one. That was fun. Good note to end on.
So I will continue Goof Troop for pit stops and for Patreon bonus episodes, but that is all the goofs that were fit to print for the main Fast and Furious movies. Early
Fun.
on, interesting. Later on, less so. But, Joe, is Dwayne Johnson integral?
No, because he's shooting
Chicken
the
Man?
Chicken Man, Jumanji, and everything else that isn't Fast and the Furious. So.
Joe, the final thing to do before we say goodbye for this episode and come back for a fast lane in 6 weeks, but a regular episode in a week. Extracurricular activities. What have you been up to in the last couple of weeks?
It is the start of football season, so I actually went to week 1 of the Steelers game because they were playing the Jets. So that's like pretty much like the closest stadium that we have to us. And I had a really good time. I got to see one of my buddies. He drove up from Baltimore and met us there. And I went with my boss and his son-in-law. And it was just like a really cool day. And they won, and it was fun, and we had a good time. And then the Steelers lost week 2 to the fucking Seahawks, and who the fuck knows what's happening. So.
Well, is that better or worse than the Vikings playing 7 terrible quarters of football, 1 great quarter of football, and then also being a 1-1? I don't know.
But it's week 2, babe. Like there's nothing.
I know.
It doesn't fucking matter. JJ McCarthy has a fake injury. Like you're living the dream too. Like who knows what's gonna. And fucking what's his name? The running back is dead too. Aaron Jones, right? He's dead.
I guess so.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people dead in the NFL already in week 2.
Oh, he's on
Lots
injured
of deaths.
reserve.
Yeah, dude. You're cooked.
Well, at least they have Mason.
Do you think
I
the
don't know.
JJ McCarthy injury is real? Is what I need to ask you. Because he had like a throw like late in the game that was like totally fine across his body, and everything that they said is wrong with him looked totally fine in the video. And it's also, I think, strategically much better to say he's injured and just give him 2 weeks off to fix his brain.
Well, there is in baseball, which I know more than football, is when a pitcher gets absolutely annihilated. They give up like 9 runs in 2 innings. All of a
Yes.
sudden on their fantasy team, like the fantasy page, it's like, oh, they're day to day, and then they go on an injured list with an injury. Just like, I don't know, like they always say, oh, the reason he was bad is because like his arm was acting up and like his velocity was down. It's just like,
Yeah,
or
He has elbow pain.
letting you get his mind right for 10 days and coming back in 2 starts. Like, I don't know. So either way, very possible. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. So yeah,
How's it feel about rooting for Karen?
Dude, everybody on the team loves him. Like, they all say he's just like a really down-to-earth dude. He seems like he has a good attitude. Like, I still think he's a shithead, but I mean, like, he looks okay. Like, he could throw the ball. I'm fine with it. Like I said, I cheer the logo. Like, I don't cheer the players. So for me, like, players come and go. I have like players that I like on my team, but like, I'm never gonna cheer a former player on another team. Like, it's rare that I cheer a former player on another team.
It does feel like you are sort of the Buccaneers, like in the Tom Brady era, or like the Rams, where it's like, oh, we have Jalen Ramsey now. It's just like all these guys who are like not necessarily past their prime. It's just like, oh, there's just a guy who like is maybe chasing a ring or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's
yeah, but we're also not like looking like we're chasing a ring. So that's the other side of that. I don't know, man. I'm just having fun watching football for now.
There you go.
Yeah, I just living the dream. What else have I been up to? Oh, Rachel and I went to go see The Long Walk in theaters.
Did you like it?
It was good. Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid.
Cooper.
Yeah, did you see it?
I did not see it yet. I saw the trailer. I'm like, this looks stupid. And then Bob said the book is great. And early reviews.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
To the or I think it's either short story or a book, but he said it's great. And then early reactions reviews are like, good movie.
It's a pretty good movie. We had fun. Like, I wouldn't say you need to go see it in theaters. It doesn't feel like a movie that you're like gaining or losing anything in a theater. But the movie itself was interesting, and we enjoyed it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You said you have a lot of fun time movie tickets coming up, though.
Oh, I do. Do you want? Should I tell you what I'm gonna go see soon?
Have you seen anything else? I mean, we could talk about. I guess, yeah, because we're not going to be back for 6 weeks, right?
Smashing Machine. I have Him tomorrow. Smashing Machine after that. Oh, look at the bean. And then I have Tron 2.
Tron Ares.
Ares, yeah. Which I don't know how I feel about, but I said I'm like actually almost scared to see this because I don't know how much I've talked about it on here, but I fucking love Tron Legacy. Like, Tron Legacy, I probably watched that movie 60 times. Like,
crazy.
It's so blue. I watched it to go to bed a lot, and like, I just fucking love that movie. I don't know what it is about it, but I really, really enjoy it. So I'm actually scared to see Ares for fear that it will taint how much I love Legacy. But you know, it was Daft Punk, and it's fun. So I don't think anybody loves Tron Legacy as much as I do. But yeah, then Jeopardy. Oh, 90 Day. There's 2 90 days going on right now. I think I brought this up last time. There's like one on Happily Ever After that they really seem like the mom of the son is aggressively trying to get the immigrant wife pregnant.
Is there, so here's a question, and I don't want to get political, but is 90 Day at all addressed the like Trump of it all?
They never ever do. But it's very interesting when you see whose family or whose personality changes if they break up and say, you just did this for a green card. So, like, they don't overtly say it. You get a general feel of how people feel about this. And even sometimes the, like, you know, shitbag people that come here feel like they don't want immigrants here for some reason. So, like, no, not overtly, but you could kind of get a sense for sure.
Got it.
Why?
I was just wondering because like there's so much out there where just like people are like getting kicked out of the country or Alligator Alcatraz or whatever, right? And it's just like, well, there's also the show where it's literally like trying to bring people here under the guise of a dating show.
But all of these people are dumb enough, Joey, that these people, no matter where they fall on the spectrum, these people are definitely all dumb enough to say, we're doing this the right way. That's, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Whether or not they believe that in their heart, and when they later tell their partner that you just married me for a green card, get the fuck out, I'll get you deported, to them, doesn't matter. But at the beginning of it, they believe, oh, that's like, we are the good people. We are doing this the right way. of course it's going to work for us because we are the good people in my own story.
Fair. Yeah.
So 90 Day, they did 90 Day the other way, so we got the goobers that go to the fucking other countries. That's fun. It's good to be fall. I'm really excited that the weather is not shit anymore, and I have the windows open like every night. I will have a bunch of fun stuff when we come back on the flip side.
Very cool.
Soon. So, what about you, brother?
Talked about the Vikings, talked about buying Radiohead tickets. I saw the day after, two things right after we recorded the last Fastlane. I saw, Secret Base, which is part of SB Nation. John Boyes, who has made a couple of my favorite things. He made like the History of the Vikings, History of the Mariners, Falcons.
Oh, yeah.
He's also the creator of Scoregami, which I'm sure you know about just from like NFL Twitter.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Scoregami is great. If anybody doesn't know, that's if you get a 2-number match that has never been accomplished in a professional football game before. They announced that it's a Scoregami. This is like just a new number.
So they did a 4-part series on their Patreon, which is now rolling out to YouTube, about the history of Scoregami. And the 4th part, so they completely run through the entire history of the NFL through the first 3 parts. I'm like, what is the 4th part going to be about? And it was a 90-minute thing imagining like the future of Scoregami, how long, if you just like, based on like how likely it is to get a certain score, how long it will be before we're mathematically over odds to hit like a crazy score. And there's also things like there is the craziest score you can possibly have is a 6-1 game, which is possible because there was a very specific way of...
That if you don't get an extra point and they return the extra point
it's
for...
Not that.
What is it? What is it?
It is if you are going for 2 or there's an extra point and there is a safety, the safety is worth 1 point. But basically, the ball has to go back either 75 or 98 yards and then become a safety as opposed to getting fall. Because like if the defense falls on it, they get 2 points. But if the offense falls on it, there's 1 point. So like this 6-1 score, which will never happen because it's insane, is impossible. They're like, but what if a 10-1
So like if you keep
score,
like running, if you keep running down and like kicking the ball all the way back to the end zone, and one of your offensemen, like your wide receiver, is running with it somehow, and then he falls on it. That's insane. Okay, yeah.
They showed one thing because they said like the closest they ever got, because sometimes there's clips, and they said the closest they ever came in the NFL was like maybe 30 yards back, which is still crazy. Like they just like went like it skidded back for a while. In college one time it went like 60 yards back, but still like it's not enough, but they're like it's within the realm of possibility. And so they were like, okay, 6-1's crazy, but what if there was a 10-1 score? Because apparently there's only ever been one game ever where a team's only scores were 2 safeties. And so like the odds of that happening are 1 in the total number of football games that have ever been played. And so what if you multiplied that odds times the odds of like the best guess scenario of a 6-1, what would a 10-1 be like? And so they talk about like the hypotheticals and whatever, and just like,
that's cool.
19 trillion, 1 in 19 trillion odds that this will ever happen.
Okay, so in 19 trillion games, we'll get one of these.
Yeah. So it's just very fun. There are 4 parts, 2 as of the recording are on YouTube now. I think they're putting up 1 a week. They're all on the Patreon. They also filmed the Q&A. So Bob and I went to the city. They screened the 4th part, which is 90 minutes long. Then a Q&A with the 2 guys who made it, John Boyce and Alex Rubenstein. And they filmed
that's cool. Did you get to talk to them?
Too. No. It was good because they just pre-selected questions from the Patreon. So nobody in the audience was like, so first of all, I want to
tell
say
me about my favorite
thing. For that thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was moderated by another guy from Secret Base. He did a great job, and it was awesome. It was super fun.
Perfect.
It was a blast. That's all up on the Patreon now, and I guess not our Patreon, their Patreon, and then on YouTube, at least the first 4 parts. So if you like football, if you like Scoregami, it's very cool. It's very fun. It's also like very dry, but it's also so funny. Like it's not really clips, but it's wonderful. So that was on Wednesday the 3rd. The next night, so on the 4th, that game Silk Song came out, which I was telling you about in the last time. The sequel to Hollow Knight. It broke every server. Like Microsoft crashed, Steam crashed, Nintendo crashed, Sony crashed. It's out now. I played a little bit of it. Dan the Duke Hayden is loving it. I was like, I don't have the brain power right now to play a game that is punishing. I will play it after the wedding. But that night, instead of sitting at home and playing it, Margaret and I went to Philly to see Rilo Kiley, Jenny Lewis's band. They are doing a reunion tour. They were around in the mid-2000s. And they were wonderful. We saw them in Philly.
Cool.
Met a friend there.
Very cool.
Great show. Then it was NFL week 1. We had brunch with one of Margaret's friends, and then we had me and Bob and another guy in our fantasy baseball league had wings to watch the Bills game, and we left with the Ravens up by like 14. We're like, all right, it's over. And I wake up the next morning, I'm like, what the fuck happened last night?
Yeah, I fell asleep too. I'm doing really bad at night games this year so far. So usually by about 9 o'clock, I'm pretty conked out. So I miss a lot of the endings as well.
And like the next night too, because my boss was saying, he's like, do you see that Ravens game? I was just like, because he's not like a sportsman, but like he'll just like watch, and I think he was like into it. I'm like, oh yeah, but then also last night the Vikings are great. He's like, what? I went to bed and it was like, whatever the terrible score was. I'm like, no, like 2 nights in a row, just like crazy last minute heroics. So insane.
Even this Monday night game that we just had on Monday night, what was it? That was just a wacky one too.
Oh, I didn't watch either of the two.
It was the Texans in Tampa. That was like, yeah, it was like Baker comes down to get it to put them in for a last minute field goal to win. It was the same shit. Like Texans scored. It was crazy.
Oh, the one other thing I will say about scoregami in terms of score is that if you see 18 is like a real scoregami number, because like 18 means something bad happened. Either you scored 3 touchdowns and had no extra points or no conversions, or you got 6 field goals, which is also like insane. So if you see 18 as a score, it's like, oh, there's a chance that this could be a scoregami.
This guy, Steelers home opener last year, Chris Boswell.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did. I saw 18 live, and it was 6 field goals.
And then the only other thing that I think we've done since last time is that we also saw another concert this past weekend in New York. We went to see Pup and Jeff Rosenstock. Jeff Rosenstock is Wes's kind of friend. He's the one who had the Lost podcast that Wes, his Twitter account was like the recap for that Lost podcast. And so Jeff Rosenstock did an hour, and then Pup did an hour, and Jeff was like kind of on their newest album, so he comes back out with his band, and they have 2 bands on stage at the end, which is very cool. And then they bring the opener back out, so they have 3 bands on stage, and they just do a whole bunch of stuff. It's a very fun show.
Very cool.
Punk show. Margaret liked Pup better. I like Jeff Rosenstock better, but it was a great time. So really good crowd, really good show. So that was really fun.
Cool.
And I've also been just like knee deep into Hooptober. Anything worth noting? I finally saw Gremlins 2 before last time. I watched that again, though. That was great. Saw Red Rooms, which came out last year, is really dark but really good. It's basically like, I think Red Rooms are a thing. Like, this is a movie that really understands the internet. Red Rooms are like torture rooms where like on the dark web.
Yeah,
like you can like pay to like watch people torture and kill people, like actually.
Yeah.
And so this is
always like copy pasta that we would find on 4chan that would say like, oh, we've seen this video, and you would never know if the like video was real or not.
Because like Faces of Death were not real or whatever, but like this is this is imagining like, what if this was real and there was a guy on trial who is accused of running 3 of these red rooms and killing 3 like high school girls, and they were trying to prove that he did that. And then there's like, what if it's also kind of told through the perspective of like girls who are like super fans of this alleged killer, and it's like real dark and real. It's a Canadian movie. It's on Shudder now, so if you have Shudder, if you have AMC Plus, it's there.
Red Rooms.
It's great. It's like, it's in French, but it's really, really, really good. Margaret and I also watched a movie called Donkey Skin, which she'd been meaning to see. It was directed by Jacques Demy, who is this French guy who does like these like musical things, but this is like a really twisted sort of like fairy tale. It's also kind of a musical, and it's like from the jump she's like, oh, I love this. Like, it's crazy colors, it's crazy conventions, crazy costumes. Donkey Skin's a lot of fun. And then last night I saw Ghost Killer. There's a series of movies that Mark Hoffmeyer and I love called Baby Assassins, which is Japanese, like, what about these like 2 high school girls are like assassins? And this movie Ghost Killer stars one of them, and she finds a bullet casing on the ground, and when she picks it up, she gets haunted by this assassin, this hitman, who was shot and killed by that bullet, and he's like, oh, you need to avenge me. And so like when he touches her hand, she basically channels him and becomes like assassin herself. And so she's like, it's this like high school girl like fighting all like, but it's like beautifully choreographed. That's cool. And like it sounds awesome. Fun. And it's not really a horror movie, it's more of an action movie, but like it's so good, man. So Ghost Killer is really, really good. Also Baby Assassin's movie is really good too. So that's, I think, about it. We've been watching season 3 of The Sopranos. We just saw the episode where, spoiler alert / trigger warning, Melfi gets raped. And Margaret was like, that
Oh,
episode
yeah,
was,
that's
like,
a rough
so...
one. That's a rough one.
She's like, did you remember that was happening? I was just like, no, I don't remember because I've only seen it once. But I was like, as soon as she entered the stairwell, I was like, oh, right. Like, I remember then. But it's not like, oh, this is the episode where she get, whatever. But, yeah. But we're working through it. I'm just excited because, like, later in season 3 will be Pine Barrens. So, like, there's a couple episodes coming up that I know are good. But, Margaret's obsessed with that, so it's cool that she likes The Sopranos. But I think that's basically it. And, wedding planning. Next time we do a fast lane, I will be married, unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong. But it won't. It's gonna be fine.
It won't. It'll be fine. It won't.
Our next episode is a tune-up for lap 15. On that episode, we talk about the rest of this lap, essentially, and then also what our next lap theme will be. Between now and then, patrons get a bonus episode of Novocaine. Larson's on that episode to talk about the new Jack Quaid movie, Novocaine, that came out this year. But anything else to say in this episode, Joe?
Just good luck, Jerry, because he needs it sent into the universe. Good luck, bud.
Do you want to name this episode "Relationships That Transcend the Screen?" ... Or do you have a better name for this episode?
It was the one of the only brothers I like, or whatever. Like,
oh, okay.
One of the brothers I love. It was something so
Happy
weird.
birthday to one of my favorite brothers in the world.
One of my favorite brothers in the world.
So he starts the post by saying, here's to the timeless relationships that transcend the screen, ... Happy birthday to one of my favorite brothers in the world.
It depends on how long you want to make it, because I would put the timeless relationships that transcend the screen, one of my favorite brothers in the world. But I like one of my favorite brothers in the world.
Okay, I'm just going to do one of my favorite brothers in the world.
Perfect. Works for me.
All right, Fastlane 56, one of my favorite brothers in the world. Vin.
I love them.
Anyway, next episode is Tune Up. Between now and then is Novocaine. But for all things Too Fast, Too Forever, go to cageclub.me. Check out our Patreon page at toofasttooforever.com and our store at cageclub.me/shop. If you bought that Justice is Coming sticker, let us know, because that's fun. If it's a stranger, that's also fun. Crazy, but, anything's possible. And come back next week for Tune Up Lap 15. I'll just say right now it's a very short episode because there's not a lot to cover, but there's very long episodes. The commentaries the next 3 weeks are long.
And this one is long.
This one's long too. So we'll be back. And then just to let everybody know, we talk about that then, but Lap 16 kicks off at the end of October, beginning of November. We got fun stuff between now and then. I'm Joey Lewandowski.
I'm Joe too.
And we will tell you all about it
when we see you again.